Sir. Okay, so outside today, it was beautiful. I wanted to be on the lake.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to lay out. I didn't get to get there because I was doing laundry.
Do you have time tomorrow? You could do it tomorrow.
I'm going to go on a little walk in between this show and the next.
Yeah, that's
because it's so nice outside.
You have to get a little bit in, wherever you can, whether it's morning or evening or midday. I think that's a great idea. And actually, this whole week looks super nice. We'll be warming up, of course. We know that's going to happen this time of year. But actually, the next couple of mornings are going to be pretty chilly. So if you like it cold, you'll get to experience that the next couple of mornings. And then we will be warming up toward Jazz Fest and Zurich Classic and other festivals and events. Overall, though, dry, sunny, pleasant weather this week. So one of these weeks where just not that much going on with our weather forecast, and it should be pretty enjoyable. We do have super blue skies, like Whitney was saying, such a pretty look, such a pleasant feel. Temperatures right now close to 70. And look at this, our dew point and humidity have really fallen, of course, compared to the past several days. We had that muggier feel, and we've had that bit of wind as well. Temperatures both north and south of Lake Pontchartrain, we're all in the 70-degree range right now. And as I was pointing out, the winds have been moving as well. So that movement to the air feels really good. I was on a bike earlier today, made it a little harder, but it was feeling very pleasant, I thought. Our gusts up to about 25 miles per hour. And here are those clouds moving south of our coastline, just as we get the high pressure building out to the northwest of us. So really the story usually when we have these setups is high pressure shifts to the east. The front continues, of course, to the east and southeast. And then eventually we start to warm up once the high moves east of us, because that allows us to get southerly winds as opposed to that northerly flow that we have going right now. Rain totals since midnight, not super impressive. We were kind of saying yesterday, we're expecting some scattered showers, maybe a little bit of thunder, but we really didn't see all that much in the way of rain. But Macomb, Mississippi did get a ½ inch, Baton Rouge about a 1/10 of an inch. But by the time the system made it to us, we really didn't see high rainfall totals at all. Hour by hour, we're looking at 60, so it will be getting kind of cool this evening. And then overnight, we're talking about 40s for those of you on the North Shore, so you can break out some of those things you haven't had to wear in a while, some jackets or some sweaters. And then south of the lake, we're looking at 50s, which a lot of us consider on the cool side. We'll have those clear skies to start the day. And then tomorrow, highs will once again be around 71 or 72. We hang on to the low humidity. Northeast winds will be up to about 15 miles per hour, so still a pleasant movement to the air tomorrow as well. And as for our humidity, it stays quite low tomorrow, still pretty low on Tuesday, pretty pleasant Wednesday and Thursday, but you can see the trend, of course, as we get south winds really as early as late tomorrow and into the early part of this week. That will start to bring in a little more moisture from the south, so we are expecting to feel a bit muggier over the weekend and into the early part of next week. This is the big Jazz Fest forecast, and there are a few really big things people want to know the weather for. Of course, Mardi Gras parades and things like that. Jazz Fest is one of them, I got to say. A lot of people very excited about good weather forecasts for Jazz Fest, and I'm so happy we don't have rain. You won't be slogging around in your rain boots, at least for the first weekend. We'll see about the next weekend for Jazz Fest, but Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're just seeing that temperature increase a couple degrees. I think we'll have mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies Thursday, maybe a little more cloud cover Friday and Saturday, which can be a good thing at Jazz Fest, helps you out with that bright sunshine. And then on Sunday, partly cloudy skies expected at that point. We're still about a week out, so we'll keep you updated. But right now it doesn't look like rain. Our temperatures will be warm. You'll want to, of course, think about drinking a lot of water, sunscreen, hats. You know what to do at Jazz Fest when we're in the 80s. The upper pattern shows our trough moving away, and then look at this. All we really have is this kind of hump shape here. That is that ridge of high pressure, and interestingly, it kind of moves to the east of us and then kind of builds right back over us into next weekend. So for this week, no rain. We're just warming up. Pretty simple forecast as far as our weather goes. So just looking at that temperature edging up each day pretty much. Look at this, Monday and Tuesday, both of those mornings are 40s and 50s, so it'll be cold both those mornings. Well, relatively cold. High temperatures on Tuesday, upper 70s, and then we're back into the 80s starting Wednesday, middle to upper 80s over the weekend.
After a long week.